Don't know much about history. Don't know much about.
Oops. Sorry, friends.
Don't know much about geography. Don't know much trigonometry. Don't know much about algebra. Don't know what a sliding rule is for. But I do know what it was too. This one could be with you. What wonderful this would be.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mr. K's 30 Minutes of Math. I'm so sorry that we had the foul up on Friday with the link, but we are back today, and I'm excited to get going. So let me dive right in. I'm going to turn the video off so we can focus on our riddle from last week. Hold on one second. And here we go. As you may recall, here was our riddle. When Tiara was 15, her father was 37. Now her father is twice her age. So how old is Tiara? And I'm curious if anybody had a chance to work on this. I see some answers coming in. Fantastic. Very impressive. Well done so far from what I'm seeing. Let's do a drum roll and then we will show the answer. Here we go. Tiara is 22 and her father is 44. Y'all got it. Well done. Well done indeed. All right, let's dive into our homework. This is actually the homework from Thursday evening, since we didn't have our lesson on Friday. So let's go ahead and just dive in quickly on this. We're finding the sum or the difference, and we're converting tenths to hundredths as needed, and writing our answer as a decimal. So we have tenths here. I'm going to convert those tenths into hundredths. Now, I believe you guys know that 2 tenths is the same as 20 hundredths. In case you forgot, remember we can decompose our tenths by multiplying by 10, and that would give us 20 hundredths. Okay, so 20 hundredths minus 8 hundredths, that gives us 12 hundredths, and we know that as a decimal, that would be 0.120 and 12 hundredths. Well done, I see folks writing it in. Let's look at B real quick. 13 hundredths plus 4 tenths. We know 4 tenths is 40 hundredths. And that gives me 53 hundredths. And as a decimal, 0.530 and 53 hundredths. Well done, I see Ezra writing in, Delilah writing in, a couple others as well, fantastic. And then we have 6 tenths, which is the same as 60 hundredths plus 39 hundredths. That gives us 99 hundredths, which we know as a decimal is 0.99, 99 hundredths. And then last, 70 hundredths minus 3 tenths, and we know 3 tenths is 30 hundredths. So that would give us 40 hundredths, which we know is 0.40 40 hundredths, or you could also write it as 0.4, 4 tenths. Same thing, right? 4 tenths equals 40 hundredths. Same thing. All right, well done, guys. Well done indeed. All right, here is our first problem for today. I want you guys to work on this one on your own. I'll give you a couple of minutes and then we'll be right back to discuss it. Go ahead. All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look. These are my beakers, A and B. Those aren't the best looking beakers, I know. Don't judge my drawing, please. All right, I'm going to use yellow as my iodine. Beaker A has 63/100ths of a liter of iodine, so 50 hundredths would be halfway. So let's say this is about 63 hundredths of a liter of iodine. And then beaker B has 4/10. 4/10. Well, 5/10 would be halfway. So 4/10 is a little bit less than halfway. Let's call that 4/10. And both of them are then filled up with water the rest of the way. And then we put all of them, A and B, into a big old beaker. And the question is, how much iodine does the large beaker contain? Well, in A, we had 63 hundredths. And in B, we had 4/10, and we know 4/10 is the same as 40 hundredths. So what do we have all together? 103 hundredths. And hopefully we see instantly a number bond there, 100 hundredths and 3 hundredths. So 100 hundredths, that's 1, 1. And then we have 3 hundredths left over. So we have 1.03 liters of iodine, which, now remember, this big guy is a 2-liter beaker. So we have, or actually doesn't tell us if it's 2-liter, but I'm just going to assume it's 2 liters. So 1.03, 1 3 hundredths is iodine. So that would be a little bit more than half would be iodine. And it didn't ask us, but we know the rest would be water. So if 1.03 liters is iodine and it's a 2-liter beaker, then we would have 97 hundredths, 0 ones, of water. Well done. And I see Henry wrote in as well. Well done, Henry. Fantastic work, everybody. All right. You know what I'm going to do here? Let's just mix it up. Let's say instead of Cameron, we have Delilah. And go ahead and work on this one. Okay, welcome back. So let's see, Delilah measured 65 hundredths of an inch of rainwater on the first day of April, sort of like last night and this morning we had lots of rain. On the second day of April, she measured 83 hundredths of an inch of rainwater. How many total inches of rainwater did Delilah measure on the first 2 days of April? And I see Delilah wrote in, Ezra wrote in, Henry wrote in, all of you, fantastic job. And you got 148 hundredths. And we should see we have 100 hundredths, which gives us 1, 1. And then we have 48 hundredths, which we know we can write like this. So 1.48 inches, which is just 2 hundredths of an inch less than 1.5 or 1 and 50 hundredths, which is 1.5 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain in just 2 days. Okay, let's look at these, the sum or the difference. Go ahead and work out these 4, and we will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at these. I see some fantastic answers coming in. All right. First one, 3/10 plus 7 hundredths. We know 3/10 is the same as 30 hundredths. And so what do we get? 37 hundredths, which we know is 0 ones and 37 hundredths. Just like that. Well done. 16 hundredths plus 5/10. Well, we know 5/10 is the same as 51 hundredths. And so we would get 66 100ths. which is the same as 0 ones and 66 hundredths, 0.66. Excellent work. All right, 5/10 minus 40 hundredths. We know 5/10 is the same as 51 hundredths. So 51 hundredths minus 41 hundredths equals 10 100ths. And we know that that is 0 ones and 10 100ths, which, by the way, is also the same thing as 0 ones and 1/10. Same thing, because 10 100ths and 1/10, exactly the same thing. And then last, 20 100ths plus 8/10. Well, we know 8/10 is 80 100ths. That gives us 100 100ths, which gives us 1 1. Fantastic work. I see everybody wrote in. Fantastic. Really good job. All right. Our joke of the day. Why should you never ask a line to tell you a story? All right, well then, I see Donna has the answer, Delilah has the answer, Ezra has a different answer, but I still like it. Henry has essentially the answer. Ezra has another interesting answer. Oh my gosh, you guys are so fantastic. Here we go. Because it will go on forever. All right, I do like that one. I do like that one. I think you guys are beginning to get my math humor, figuring them out. I might have to take it up a notch. All right, let's get to some of our coordinate plane geometry. What I'd like you to do is find the coordinates for A. Remember, the X coordinate goes first. Find the coordinates for B. Find the slope of the line. And remember, slope is rise over run. And then I want you to find the coordinates for C, and I want you to assume C, probably out here, is the same distance from B as B is from A. And then I want you to keep going and tell me, let's see, let's say D was out here. What would be the coordinates of D? Go ahead, take a minute and work on that one. Oh, 1 second for our music, it's coming. And it is ready to go. Okay, welcome back, everybody. If you recognize that music, it is from the Nutcracker. Okay, let's take a look at this. I'm going to start with A, and I saw lots of great answers coming in from everybody. We always start at the origin, and we always do the x coordinate first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left, -5. And then 1, 2 down, -2. Then coordinate B, 1, 2 to the right, so that's +2. And it is right on the x-axis, so we're not going up or down, so it's 0. -5, -2, and then 2, 0. Those are the coordinates. All right, let's do our slope now. And I'm going to start at A. And let's do our rise. 1, 2 up. And then our run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right. And that's positive, so 2/7. Up to over 7, up to over 7. Well, that means that then C, we'd have to go up to 1, 2, and over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which would be right there. So we know this is 7, this is 8, and this is 9. So our coordinates for C would be 9, 2. And that should make sense because look at B. If we went up 2, our 0 becomes 2. And if we went over 7, our 2 becomes 9. So what would happen for D if we go up 2 more? Our 2 becomes 4. And if we went over 7 more, our 9 becomes 16. So 16, 4 would be the next one. Well done, guys. Well done indeed. Well done indeed. Go ahead and try this one. Okay, let's take a look at how we are doing. I see a lot of good answers coming on in. Let's go ahead and we're going to start with our coordinates for A, always starting at the origin. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left. And 1, 2 down, -2, -6, -2. And then let's do B, and maybe I'll use blue for B. Again, starting at the origin, 1, 2, 3 to the left. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. So +6. All right, now the slope. Let's do the slope. Maybe I'll use red for that one. All right, starting at A, what is our rise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what is our run? 1, 2, 3. 8/3, 8/3. I see lots of you had that written in. It is a positive 8/3 because we have up and to the right. So +8 and +3. You could also do it from B to A, and it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be -8, 8 down. And then 1, 2, 3, -3, 3 to the left. These two things are the same. 8/3 and -8/-3, same. Okay, so then what would C be? And if I were to draw my line on, it would be off the page. Well, we know we go, our rise is 8 and our run is 3. So if we are right now, let's see, B is 6 and we're rising 8 more. So we would have 14. And we're at -3, but we're running 3, which means we would be 1, 2, 3 over. We'd be right at 0. So 0, 14 would be point C. And then we're going to rise 8 more. So 14 to 22. And we're going to run 3 more, 0, 2, 3. So 3/22 would be point D. I see some great answers coming in. Fantastic work to everyone. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, we only have about a minute or two left. Let me show you. This is tonight's homework. Go ahead and take a screenshot or a picture. Let me just do the first one. It says, solve by rewriting the number sentence in fraction form. And then after solving, rewrite the complete number in decimal form. So this would be 6 4/10 plus 5 3/10. And if you put that together, we would have 6 ones and 5 ones. So we'd have 11 ones. And you have 4/10 and 3/10. So we'd have 7/10. And we can turn that back into decimals as 11.7. Okay, hopefully you have captured that. And here is our riddle of the day. Suppose you planted sunflower seeds in a garden. Every day, the number of flowers doubles. If it takes 52 days for the flowers to fill the garden, how many days would it take for them to fill half the garden? This one is trickier than it seems, so read it very carefully and try to figure it out tonight. All right, we will be back tomorrow. Thanks everybody for joining me. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye everyone.